Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year again. I look forward to doing this video every single year. Today we're going to be doing a full face of Allure Best of Beauty award winners. This entire video is going to include all of the drugstore award winners, and it's kind of crazy because I don't know if it's just me and the fact that I go drugstore makeup shopping like daily, but there really weren't too many things that I hadn't tried in this collection and all the things that won awards. So I gathered everything that I had. There were a few things that I did not try before that I went out to Walmart and Ulta and picked up today. But the point is we're just going to be trying them all together on the face all at once, and I'm really excited. A lot of these products I personally stand behind and I've been trying and loving for years now, a few of them. So let's just get right into it. Before we start, I wanted to show you guys my nails. In the past 2 years that I've done this, I do like to pick up a nail polish and try it out. I just painted them today, so that's why they're a little messy, so just excuse that. But this shade right here won an award. This is the Essie nail polish in the shade Wicked. It's actually a very deep red. It almost looks like it's a black polish, but when you're applying it to the nails, you actually see that red undertone. This is not a color that I normally reach for, and there's actually a couple other polishes that I wanted to try, but I couldn't find them, and I went to 2 Walmarts, and so we landed on this one, and I actually do like it now that it's on my nails. I also paired that with the Sally Hansen Mega Strength Hardener. I actually owned this before, and I've loved this. I just haven't talked about it on my channel, so I am excited to see that this won an award because it's a really great base coat. And then the top coat that I tried out also won an award. This is the Essie Gel Setter Topcoat, and I'm pretty sure this top coat won an award last year. I just wanted to show you how shiny my nails look. I went through this entire bottle. I went to my nail polish collection and I had this already, and I'm pretty sure it's because it won an award last year, and I did use it all and I really did love it, so I picked up another one. So yeah, that's what's on the nails. Let's move on to the skin. The drugstore primer that won an award is the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer. This is also a primer that I've owned for a while, and honestly, I haven't used it in a while, and I don't remember how I feel about it. So we're gonna try it out again today. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this kind of in the center of the face because that's where I get the most oily throughout the day. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, for my brows, I use the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim Pencil. This did not win an award. It wins an award in my book when it comes to the drugstore, but I just wanted to let you know what I had on my brows. Actually, I was gonna do the complexion first, but I think I'm gonna do the eyes first because I don't remember what the fallout was like with the eyeshadow palette I'm gonna be using. The concealer that won an award is the Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. If you've been on my channel for the past couple months, or maybe like just the past month, whenever this launched, I tried it out and I've really enjoyed it. It's quickly become one of my favorite concealers from the drugstore. The formula is amazing and the shade range is really great as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little buffing brush and just kind of blend this out all over the eyelid. I'm gonna go ahead and set that with the Milani Translucent Powder in the shade Light to Medium. This did not win an award, but I feel like it should have. They didn't have any drugstore powders, and they also didn't have any drugstore foundation winners this year, which I think is kind of absurd because I am a drugstore connoisseur, okay? And I know that there are foundations that are incredible that have not won awards that definitely deserve it. Just my personal opinion, and I'm just gonna be using a foundation that I love from the drugstore. So the palette that won an award is from Maybelline. It's the Lemonade Craze eyeshadow palette. This is also something that I already owned, and it's kind of funny because I personally feel like this is kind of old news in a way, and a lot of these products aren't necessarily like brand spanking new, but I was kind of surprised that this was the palette that they chose out of everything in the drugstore. Not to say that this is not a good palette. I've used it before and I really like the colors and I like the formula and everything, but to me I feel like there's more at the drugstore that deserves a little bit more recognition. I'm taking this shade right here called Sherbet. I don't know, I can't say that. I'm going into this shade right here. Oh, okay. And I'm just dusting that from lash line all the way up to the brow bone. I'm actually not sure what kind of a look I want to do because there's a really pretty light blue eyeliner that I bought for this video that I want to use. And I'm just trying to think of the direction I want to go. Let's dip into the shade Berry Ice. And I'm going to dust that into the crease and a little bit above as our transition shade. Okay, I really like that shade. I'm gonna go into Coral Punch because I want a little bit more of a warm pink shade through the crease. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that on the same brush actually, and I'm just dusting that through the crease as well. I'm just continuing to build that up, and I actually really like how everything is blending out together. This is a really nice eyeshadow palette. It's been a minute since I've used it, and as I'm using it, I'm reminded of how pretty it is. Next, I'm going to take the shade Sweet Tea, and I'm going to kind of start to deepen up the outer portion of the top eyelid. I'm just kind of pressing that on the outer portion here, and then I am buffing it into the crease slightly as there's less product on the brush. If I remember right, this was my favorite shade when I did my video using this palette on this channel. I'll have that link down below if you guys want to see it, or if you want to see another look using this eyeshadow palette, I guess. But this is called Main Squeeze, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap this onto the eyelid. Ooh, yeah, that's so pretty. And I'm just tapping that on the inner portion of the lid to about 3/4 of the way over. And I'm really wanting to keep the eye look pretty soft and subtle, even though there are fun pops of color because of that eyeliner that I'm wanting to use. I'm trying to make sure that the overall makeup look ends up looking cohesive, you know? Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and apply the eyeliner that I was talking about. This is the NYX Vivid Brights Cream Color. I think the entire range won an award, but for some reason, they specifically mentioned this shade right here, which is called Endless Skies. It's a really cool sky blue color. I don't own anything like this. I'm just gonna take that on an angled eyeliner brush. This one is from Thrive Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna start to build up a nice line along the lash line with this. Okay, so what I'm noticing is that this needs to be built up a little bit. Maybe only when it's being used as an eyeliner, because it is such a light pastel kind of a shade. So I have been layering it up. It seems to be blending out nicely. And I did want to kind of create a small wing on the edge. That kind of looks cool. It's not really something that I feel like I would have chosen for myself if I were just shopping at Ulta alone, you know, but that's kind of the nice thing about these Allure Best of Beauty award winner videos is it really intrigues me and it forces me to try out things that I might not have tried before. Okay, this is taking me a little bit of time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. For some reason, it's more difficult on this eye. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the product building up funny. But besides that, I really am liking the overall effect that this is giving. I think it kind of adds something interesting to the look, but it's pretty subtle at the same time. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and apply Top Lash Mascara. There were a couple mascaras that won awards. The first one is the Revlon Volumizing Mascara. I'm not going to use that in today's tutorial because I've already tried that. What I wanted to use was the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. This won an award specifically for lashes that are going to give you drama, which I saw that and I thought, I need to try this. Here's what the packaging looks like, and then let's take a look at the applicator. Ooh. Okay, so here's the applicator. I usually love mascaras that look like this, but of course we won't know until we try it, so let's go ahead and apply that to just the top lashes. Okay, there's 2 coats of the Milani Highly Rated Mascara on the top lashes. I could have built it up a little bit more, but I do have some false lashes that I wanted to wear since they won an award, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So far, I really liked how that applied. I'm gonna go ahead and take a makeup wipe and just clean up the edges, as well as wipe away any fallout underneath the eyes. Okay, let's move back into complexion. Since we already did primer, I'm just going to skip right into foundation. The L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion won an award for highlighter, but in the little snippet that they have underneath the product, they said that they like to mix this in with foundation. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This is one of my very favorites from the drugstore, and you guys already know that if you've watched my videos for a while. I love this. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take the L'Oreal Glotion in the shade Light. And I'm mixing about that much of the highlighter into the foundation. I'm just going to kind of apply that to the face. I'm going to be trying this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This did not win an award, but it came in a set with a brush that won an award, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I thought I would just try this out. So I'm just using that brush to evenly distribute the foundation. And then I'm going to take the Ecotools Travel Perfecting Blender. It came in the set with a little carrying case. This is another Allure award winner. So I'm going to take that sponge and I'm going to take what's left on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use the sponge to press that into the skin. Okay, so I think that made the skin look really nice and glowy. I don't think I used enough foundation in it to get the coverage that I want. So I'm just going to take it straight out of the tube and just kind of add that to the cheeks. That's where I get the most redness. Everywhere else seems to be pretty good. I'm going to take that same exact sponge and just press that into the skin. Okay, I think the skin looks really fresh. Let's go ahead and conceal the under eye area. I'm going to take the same CoverGirl concealer, and this actually won an award for being the best under eye concealer. There was a product that won an award for being the best blemish concealer, but it's a high-end product. And usually when I do these videos every year, I do like to do a high-end version of this video, so you guys can plan on me doing that later. It just takes me a little bit more time to do the high-end one because I have to order a lot of things online usually. So hopefully I will have that up on my channel in the next few days or so. I really do like this sponge. I've tried the Ecotools sponges in the past and I don't remember them being this bouncy. They were a little bit more firm. I don't really like a firm sponge. I like when it has a little bit of give and bounce to it, so this is really nice. I do feel like I need a little more concealer on that blemish there. And everywhere else, I'm just gonna leave alone. I'm just gonna blend that out with the same sponge. All right, I'm gonna dip back into the Milani translucent powder. Again, this did not win an award, but it's a really good powder. And I'm gonna use that to set the under eye area first. And then I like to tap a little bit in the T-zone. And then I'm gonna take this Real Techniques blush brush, although it's pretty large. This also came in that set that I was talking about earlier. I'll have the entire set linked down below, but I bought it for a specific brush, which I haven't used yet. But anyways, I'm just gonna set the rest of the face with that Milani powder. Okay, let's move back into the eyes. I'm wanting to use one of these pencils. The Neutrogena eyeliners won an Allure Best of Beauty award, obviously. I've been using these for a long time and I really love them. So I wanted to try to incorporate one of these into the look. I don't really know how this is gonna work out. Fingers crossed that it doesn't look crazy in the end. But I'm gonna take the shade Deep Navy and I'm gonna lightly sketch that across the entire lower lash line. I don't want too much product because I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna really smudge that out along the lower lash line. Then I'm gonna take the shade Ice Pop from the Maybelline palette and I'm just layering that on top of the navy blue eyeliner and I'm buffing that underneath. I don't know, this might be a weird look, but I'm trying to use as many of these award winners as possible, you know? Hopefully it all comes together in the end. And I'm just gonna do the same exact thing on the other eye. To buff that out even further, I'm gonna take the shade Coral Punch, and I'm just gonna run that across the entire lower lash line, just so that there's a little bit of a gradient from that purple eyeliner down into the lower lash line area. Okay, another mascara that won an award, and I was so excited about it, is the Pop Bff Mascaras. They had the shade Blue Ya Mind featured, which this is like my favorite shade. Honestly, I've only tried the black, the brown, and the blue. I need to try more colors, but I was really excited to see that this won an award because it's been one of my favorite mascaras. So I wanted to use this on the lower lashes today. I just think the blue adds such a fun pop of color to any look. I really like how that looks. I feel like in order to tie together the entire look, I want to use this yellow shade right here in the inner corner. But first I'm going to take this shade Sunnies, which is a nice white shade, and I just kind of want to pop that in the inner corner first, just to prep it a little bit. I'm also going to take a little bit of that Sunnies shade right underneath the brow bone just to lift that a little bit. Okay, now we're going into Lemonade Craze, which is the yellow shade in the palette. And I'm going to start to layer that up in the inner corner. I want to kind of connect that to the purple shade on the lower lash line. So I'm dragging it underneath a little bit here. And I just keep layering this up until I get the intensity that I want. I'm also kind of dragging it a little bit right here. Not too much. I want the main focus to be right in the inner corners. Okay, there we go. It's kind of a fun little eye look. Next, I'm going to pop on some individual lashes. This won an award. These are the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Lash Extensions. They're the individual lashes. As you can see, I've used these before and I do really like them. I wanted to use them with the glue that won an award. I'm a huge fan of the Duo Lash Glue, and this right here seemed so intriguing to me. This is the Duo 2-in-1 Brush-On Strip Lash Adhesive. It's dual-ended, so it has a clear glue on one side and then a dark glue on the other side. This is also an award winner, and I really was excited to see this. I wanted to try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop on a few of these individual lashes off camera. I did make a video a long time ago about how I like to apply these lashes, so I will have that link down below if you're interested. Okay, maybe I'll apply a couple on camera just because the lash glue is new. I'm going to be taking the clear side. Usually I do like to use the dark glue, but with this particular look, I wanted to use a clear glue just because I don't have a dark eyeliner on, so I don't want to cover that up with a dark glue. So I'm just taking that, and I like to look down in my mirror, and I just press the lash into the lash line, and then I kind of like to use the back of the tweezers to press that down. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply more of the short individual lashes across the entire lash line on both eyes, and then I will be right back. All right, I'm back and I applied the individual lashes. It took me longer than usual using this with individual lashes. I think this would be amazing with strip lashes as far as convenience goes. When I use individual lashes, I usually like to put a little bit on the back of my hand and kind of let it dry a little bit and then dip it in and then pop on the lash. I just feel like that helps the individual lashes stick faster. So it did take me longer than I thought. But with that being said, I do feel like this is something that I'll reach for when I wear strip lashes. Let's go ahead and warm up the complexion. The bronzer that won an award is the one and only Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Now, this is another one of those products that's kind of like old news. I feel like we all know that the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is amazing. I'm not sure if it's won an award yet, and if it hasn't, I definitely feel like it deserves this. Obviously, it's one of my favorite bronzers ever. I've been using this bronzer for the longest time on my channel. It is so amazing. It just blends out literally like butter. It smells delicious. I'm sure so many of you guys have already tried this by now, and if you haven't, you must. It is so good. I'm just warming up the entire outer portion of the face, and I like to go along the jawline and down the neck as well. I just love this bronzer. Every time I use it, I truly am blown away. It's so good, and it's been a staple in my collection for a long time now. I was so excited to see this highlighter one because, again, if you've been on my channel, you'll know how much I love this. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, you guys. This is like my favorite affordable highlighter. And this is the brush that won an award. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. I'm gonna use it for highlighter. I already know that I love this highlighter so much. I'm just gonna use this brush to kind of buff it into the cheeks a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful. If you're somebody who's into really glowy, natural looking highlights, you are going to love this. It comes in a couple shades now, which is great. I have the lighter one. This is called Be My Highlight, but I think they have Be My Sunlight or something like that, which is a little more golden. I personally haven't tried that one, but that would be really beautiful on more medium to deep skin tones. I'm just gonna pop that down the center of the nose, on the cupid's bow. And I like to bring it on the front of the cheeks a little bit just to make that area glow. And around this area here in kind of a C shape. Look at that, it's just like melting into the skin. This is such a good highlighter. Definitely deserves to win a million awards. It's seriously like my favorite from the drugstore, and it's only like $4, which is wild. Okay, the blush that won is the Maybelline Fit Me Blush. This has been a favorite of mine as well for a long time. There was a time, sometime earlier this year, where this was the only blush I was wearing. This specific shade is called Pink. And I'm wanting to apply this with a brush. Where did that go? Ah, here it is. This is the e.l.f. highlighting brush. This also won an award, but I thought because of the size that it might be good for blush. I never use makeup brushes for what they're meant for. I feel like I always use them for different things. So I'm gonna use this highlighting brush and I'm gonna use it in the blush. And I'm just gonna smile and apply that to the apples of the cheeks and blend it backwards. I like to apply highlight first because then when you apply blush, just kind of helps everything blend together really nicely. Oh, this is such an amazing blush. I feel like this has been sitting in my drawer for so long, especially after moving earlier this year. And I haven't reached for it in a long time. So I'm actually really happy that I'm able to use this again because I feel like I'm gonna start using it daily. I love this blush, it's so pretty. They didn't have a specific shade that won an award, just this formula in general, and just so you know, there's so many other colors. So if this color doesn't work on your skin tone, there's something deeper. If you like more of a pop of color, there's brighter colors. But yeah, I definitely agree that this is a great blush and it's been a favorite of mine for a long time. So even though I love the Essence highlighter, I wanted to layer up the L'Oreal True Match Glotion as a highlighter because I don't remember if I've tried this as a highlighter, but it won an award for being a highlighter, so I thought might as well try that out. I am taking a lighter shade than what I use to mix into my foundation. This is called Fair Glow. It looks like this, and I'm just gonna mix a little bit on the back of my hand first. And I think I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of tap that on the very high points of the cheeks. And I'm hoping that that just adds a little bit extra glow to the high points of the face. Let's add a tiny bit on the center of the nose. We'll even do a little bit more on the cupid's bow. I'm gonna take that Ecotools sponge, just kind of press that into the skin so that there's no harsh lines around the cream product. I'd say that worked, I like it. Let's go ahead and remove any foundation that got on the lips. So the Honest Beauty liquid lipsticks won an award in the clean beauty category, but since this is a drugstore product, I wanted to wear it, and these have been some of my favorite liquid lipsticks. They're definitely newer to the market, but they're so good and so beautiful. I felt like this shade would look really nice with the colorful thing that's going on with the eyes. So I'm gonna put this on. This is called Off Duty. And the key with these liquid lipsticks which I've learned from experience, is to use as little product as possible. And once I kind of have a general shape, I like to take my finger and just kind of press this into the lips, especially since this is a little bit more of a light color. I like to do this with any lighter lipsticks on me. I just find that it helps blend the color into the lip lines. And then I'm gonna layer up a gloss on top. This is the Almay Goddess Gloss, and I have the shade Angelic. This is also an Allure Award winner, and I actually already owned this. I remember really liking this gloss. It's been a while since I've used it, and I'm just gonna apply that to the center of the lips, or at least focus it in the center of the lips. And then I'm gonna go back in with my finger, and I'm just gonna tap that into the lipstick. Now, I've never used these formulas together, so I'm hoping that they sit well together. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, while the lips kind of settle in, let's go ahead and step back and assess the situation. And we're gonna add some more bronzer. So I'm gonna take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm just wanting to add a little more to the forehead, a little more underneath the cheeks, and a little more down the neck. I'm gonna take the powder brush that we were using before, and I'm just gonna make sure that that's blended in. I'm also really wanting to add a little bit more of the yellow eyeshadow into the inner corner. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little more blush and apply it right here to the cheeks. And I'm actually gonna take a little bit of that same blush on an eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna kind of tap that right here. And I feel like that's just gonna add a little more color to that top lid. That's gonna tie in both the lip color and the cheek color. All right, next I'm just brushing up the brows, and I'm gonna go back in with that Maybelline pencil and just kind of fill in any areas that I feel like need a little bit more shape. And I think I'm ready to set the makeup. There was actually not an affordable setting spray that won an award, so I'm just going to use the one that I have on my desk. This is from Flower Beauty. It's the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. I'm just going to go ahead and spritz the entire face with this. And then I'm taking my handy fan and I'm letting that dry, and then when it's almost completely dry, that's when I like to take my sponge. And I like to just kind of tap really lightly over top of all the makeup. And that just sets it down back into the skin. It gets rid of any powdery finish that's left. And it just makes the skin look so fresh. The clear brow gel that won an award is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set Brow Gel. This is also something that I already owned before, and I do really like this. I like it because the spoolie on it is really small, so it helps to groom your brow and keep everything nice and precise, which I really like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run that through the brows. And there you have it, you guys. That completes the makeup look using the Allure Best of Beauty drugstore products from 2019. I love how this look turned out. I know it's kind of different, but it was really fun for me to be creative with all of these award-winning products and try to come up with a look using all of them. And I actually think that this look is really fun and really wearable. Keep in mind, you guys, that hundreds of products won awards. So I will have the Allure website linked down below. By the way, this is not sponsored by Allure, so I thought I would throw out that disclaimer. But with that being said, I'll have their website linked down below so you guys can scroll through all of the other award winners. And like I said before, I will be doing a high-end version of this. And there's a lot more things in the high-end category that I haven't tried. There was still a lot that I've tried though. Maybe I've just tried so many products this year that I already have a lot of opinions on all of the things that won awards. And I really am happy with how everything turned out today. Some of the other drugstore things that I have that won awards are the Neutrogena Satin Eyeshadow in the shade Desert Rose. I love wearing this all over the eyelid with just some mascara. It's a really great single eyeshadow from the drugstore that I've loved for a long time. There were also more lip products that won awards, including the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayons. Those are really great. The Maybelline Universal Lip Range won an award because it's a really cool concept. They came out with a range that are supposed to work on all skin tones, and that won an award. There's also a Covergirl lipstick in the shade Seduce Scarlet. That's a red. I've actually never tried this. It's been in my collection, but I've never tried this. And I feel like it would be a little too much for this look, but I wanted to mention it here. Also, the Burt's Bees Glossy Lipsticks won an award. I have this shade right here called Rose Falls. That's a really pretty color. But yeah, there's way more than what I talked about. There was also a lot of stuff that I wanted to try out so badly that I couldn't find anywhere. There was this Burt's Bees face mist that I really wanted to try, and as soon as I see it, I'm gonna pick it up and try it out. But it wasn't in my Walmarts or Ulta, so I'll keep an eye on that later. The last thing I wanted to mention that I picked up because I was intrigued about is a hair product, and this is from Love Beauty and Planet, and this is the Coconut Milk and White Jasmine Hairspray. This is the medium hold and volume, which is the one that won. This is really unique because it's powered by air, it says. And I put it in my hair today, and it does feel a little crunchy. But let me see if it sprays and if you can see it. Hey. Okay. It's such a fine mist, and it's not an aerosol can, which I think is really, really cool. I don't know if you can see that. It smells really good. But that is another thing that I picked up today that I wanted to share with you guys. I obviously don't have a full opinion on this because I only put it on my hair today. So yeah, I'll keep trying this, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on whether it ends up working for me or not. With that being said, I really do love the end result of this look. I already loved a lot of these makeup products. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot. The last thing that won, and I was like, I've been talking about this for a long, long time. The last thing that won an award is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. The one that I use is in my makeup bag. I traveled over the weekend, and so it's packed away. But I do have a backup, and this is what it looks like. You guys know this is one of my very favorite powders. I like to take this and apply it in the T-zone, and it makes your makeup last all day. So I was really excited to see that that won an award as well. All right, you guys, that completes the video. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. I thoroughly enjoyed everything that I tried out today. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have tried out any of these products, and also it would be fun if you guys want to. You can leave a comment down below letting me know what product you wish you would have seen receive an award, because I kind of felt like that this year with the drugstore lineup of award winners. I just felt like there's so many amazing products at the drugstore, and a lot of these we've seen before and we've heard about before. They're all classics in my opinion. Like, so many of these products are my ride or dies, but I would love to know if there's a product that you wish you would have seen receive an award. Leave a comment down below. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!